My name is Vicki Myers, and I want to tell you my story about the power of prayer. It started about the year 2000. It was the week between Christmas and New Year. My husband came home and told me that he had lost his job. He's over 50 years old, and we had just sent in our pledge card for tithing for the new year, and for the first time in our married life, we had decided to pledge a full 10% of our income. So when Ed told me that he'd lost his job, the first thing that went through my mind was that, well, there's just no way we're going to be able to continue with that pledge. And I told Ed that, and he said, no, we will do it for as long as we can, and we won't worry about it. So the next thing on the agenda is we got to have a job for Ed. So we started praying for a job. And we prayed and we prayed, and we sent out lots and lots of resumes, very few interviews. And the interviews that we did have, they either thought he was overqualified or that they couldn't afford him, even though we weren't asking for as much money as they thought he should be paid. Well, he had to do something. A 50-some-year-old guy can't just sit around the house all day. So I was a realtor, so we decided that we would buy houses that needed to be repaired, and he would fix them up, and then we would sell them. And so that's what we did. And this went on the first year. God decided to honor our decision to increase our tithing to 10%. And my business as a realtor just skyrocketed, and the income was just unbelievable. We never missed a payment on anything. We were able to continue with our pledge, and the business was so good that God even allowed us to go on a pre-planned vacation to Alaska with 3 other couples from the church here. So that was my first lesson, that God does honor you. In Malachi, God tells us that if just try me, test me on this. He says, go ahead and give me your 10% of your first fruits, and I will bless you beyond what you can store up. And that's what happened to us. He truly blessed us, and we were able to take that vacation with our friends. So, but we still have no job. So that's year 1, and Ed continues to work on these houses. And I began to be concerned. I was praying for a job for him because I didn't like the idea of him being alone in a house, fixing it up, doing electrical work and plumbing work and climbing up and down ladders. And what if he gets hurt? There's nobody there to help him. And this really was weighing on my mind heavily. And year 2 goes by and still no job. And quite honestly, I had pretty much given up. I can't say about Ed, but I had given up that this is what God wanted us to do. There wasn't supposed to be another job. But he's at the house, one of the houses, working one day, and out of the blue, he gets 2 phone calls from 2 different people offering him 2 jobs. Wow. He had not even talked to these people. It was just word of mouth. Well, one of the job offers was from a well-known company whose owner liked to party after hours, and he expected his employees to party with him after hours. Well, that made us uncomfortable. And the other job offer was from a company who was in the red, was failing big time, and they were looking for somebody to come in and run the company and turn it around and put it in the black. And they told us right up front, we can't even guarantee we can pay you a paycheck, and we don't know when it will be before we can pay you a paycheck. But that's the job we took. He went to work for this company that we went for a couple of weeks without a paycheck. But that was the second lesson for me, that God does answer your prayers, but it may not be in your timing, but it's in His timing.